God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet shit. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
Welcome, everybody. I'm so excited that we're back doing the show. I missed it last week. I missed you so much, and we're missing Adam right now, but it's not really, you know what? I'm not going to blame Adam because
I was going to blame Adam.
I'm not, because
blame him.
I told him like last night, hey, we're going to do the show earlier.
I actually think it's because we're looking so much into these dimensions and extraterrestrials that we've come on their radar.
Do you think they took Adam out?
Wait, we came on their radar.
I didn't.
Can I get some napkins?
I think we have some splaining to do.
Oh my god!
We're early, and it doesn't ever happen on this channel. It's kind of out of ordinary. Maybe we're replacements. Maybe we're copies. We could be aliens ourselves.
We could be clones.
Could be clones.
Mm-hmm.
I hear Jamie Foxx is a clone.
Oh God,
that's what I've heard.
Okay.
Lenses and camera angles and lighting is a thing.
There's a thing called a cell phone camera that does not shoot the same way as
a paparazzi camera,
camera
on the red carpet. So
okay, there's a lot of people I respect tweeting out there. Stop it,
please.
You look retarded. Okay, and I say that with love.
Yes,
Stop.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm glad he's okay.
Me too.
We're okay. I hope you're okay, chat. Hi, chat. I can kind of see you down there. I see Kev L. It's the screen's far away and I'm blind, even though I just got my new glasses. Hi, Eric K. And Tommy. And
what's going on?
What? Or is it D Watt?
The what?
The Great Green.
DJ Watts. Or no, there's a D Watt.
Hey, hail 42.
D Watt.
Douglas Adams will be in my next video, by the way.
The great Douglas Adams.
The great Douglas Adams will be in my next video, which, by the way, will come out within 30 minutes of the show ending on the main channel. So please look out for it. Okay, so we're going to talk about Adam will eventually get here again. I'll just take the blame because I would anyway. Right. And whenever anybody's late, it's always my fault. So now all these MFers can be late and they're just it's going to be Carrie's fault.
What a boomer.
Boomer. So this is Forbidden Frontier. My name is Gary Beekler. I come to you from Nerdrotic. And yes, we're going to talk about the Accidental Truth, a documentary. I just kind of I was bored one night. I'm like, that's what I do when I'm bored. I flip through UFO documentaries on Prime Video, and I found this one because it's relatively new, and it ended up being pretty interesting.
Yeah. I've seen it 3 times now.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, yeah, because
the editing is not so great, but the information is a lot better.
The editing is not great. It's just interviews, but the guy's approach to it is really smart. Really,
I like the flow of the documentary and how he organized it. Yeah.
And what the whole thing about the Accidental Truth is he talks to people we've all seen. they have security clearance, so they're saying as much as they can. And I know they're from the government, and I know Lou Elizondo, like his job was misinformation and stirring up like people like ISIS to get them to turn and fight on each other. So yes, that has to be said. But there's other people involved, and when he interviews these people under security clearances, he tries to get them to say stuff a little too much, and they do in a lot of cases. And the whole point of it is we're trying to get the government to admit that they have stuff, that they have crash retrieval stuff. That's the next step in this, whatever disclosure is,
and this documentary came out before the whole UFO whistleblower guy that is very sus, and just repeats the same things that we already kind of knew from Bob Lazar like decades ago. But this documentary came out before that, and it said all the same things that he's saying. Is like the government definitely has a program that's not the main program, and there's compartmentalization, and so they can go out to Congress and be like, we don't know what you're talking about. We have no data, and we can't look into it because we don't have the resources, because it's all compartmentalized and hidden away. But yeah, it's a really interesting documentary, narrated and produced by what's his name? He did the Matthew Modine.
Yeah, who's in Oppenheimer.
He is, and a million other people in Oppenheimer.
And I almost said Strange New Worlds. Stranger Things, which is better than Strange New Worlds. It's freaking awful. And I'll talk about Oppenheimer on a different live stream. But
yeah, didn't like it.
Yeah, I know.
Wow, I'm shocked.
Both movies are doing really well, and I might have to agree with Garrett. I'd probably rather watch Barbie again.
Wow!
Enjoyed Barbie more than
Oppenheimer. I'm just talking with a fun factor. It's like close to the end of Barbie. And stuff. Like Oppenheimer was a well-made, pretentious series of events that are not. I mean, just don't get me started. I'll spend the whole fucking time talking about
Gary's liking the Kenergy.
I would rather watch a documentary about Oppenheimer.
Yeah, the movie definitely made me want to dive deeper into that whole situation.
Yeah, there's some really
interesting. In that movie, they talk about setting up the whole Manhattan Project and stuff, and they're talking about compartmentalization.
Yes,
which is what they talked about in this documentary.
I would have much rather they gotten a little more into the science of which they didn't do at all, by the way, of building the bomb and the secrecy and the compartmentalization. They just said, we're building a town and we're not going to tell anybody, and there might be a Russian spy. Okay.
There's so many things that are
Russian spy.
Fascinating about that entire scenario and what happened that they didn't even touch.
I mean,
it was kind of like,
we got some boobs. That's great. But
I got boobs at home, man.
Hey, Jeremy liked a movie with romance in it. I'm going to point that out. That Jeremy liked a movie with romance in it.
That's true.
It is true.
It's very sterile and robotic romance.
Well, it's communist romance, so
oh my god,
on brand.
Even the sex scene was very like.
So accidental truth. We also our good friend Scott from Sporking News threw us up a clip.
Thank you, Sporking News.
And we're gonna play it, and it shrunk for some reason, so it's gonna be really tiny.
Shrinkage.
Little shrinkage.
It got a little cold.
No, it works fine on your phone, but when you have it here on the desktop, it just gets big for a second, then it gets small. That's what she said. We're a different kind of UFO show. I just want to
just set that out.
We're not dry. We're gonna make some jokes. Lots of probing, but we do believe in the subject. We're into the subject. Don't know if it's aliens. Don't know if it's us from the future. Don't know if it's a race that's a million years old that's lived on the bottom of the ocean. Don't know if it's transdimensional.
Could be time.
Could be machine elves building chimeras. I love Alex Jones, by the way. I'm not making fun of him. I freaking love him. All right, so let's play this little clip. So again, thanks, Scott. We'll have Scott on. He's been begging to come. He begs to come on the show every day.
I love Sporking News, man.
I do. It's a little sad, but I love him too. We'll do some Make-A-Wish. It's Scott. All right. I'm just making sure you don't see my credible secret DMs.
All the sources.
All my sources tell me, oh God, should I even say what I heard?
Yes, obviously.
Now you have to say it.
Oh God!
You put it out there. Now we want it.
Because there's going to be a
said.
bunch of scoopers going, hashtag I was right. So according to somebody who actually works in the industry who I talked to, this is going to sound terrible. Kathleen Kennedy's on sabbatical. She's done. But they're not going to she's going to just finish it out. She's going to finish out her contract, but over the next 18 months, it's a transitional period. Take it with a grain of salt. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see.
But I did talk to somebody who worked on Dune too. That was exciting. The other show. All right. I'm going to try to full screen.
Yeah, full screen that we can get as
wow,
large.
it's still so small.
It's so tiny. This is some government guy, but he's in the movie. So he's from Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. I remember him.
He's based. He's good. And then there's that really hot congresswoman from Florida who's kind of in the background. Got my attention. So I hope you tell me if you can hear this.
We had a pilot there who's going to be here.
Can you hear it?
Up more? Oh, you can't. Never mind.
Can you hear it though?
I can hear it.
Okay. We'll just be really quiet because this is StreamYard, so I apologize. So here we go.
We had a pilot there who's going to be here who was denied access. That's a question the press ought to ask. Why is the intelligence community blocking everything we do? Both parties. Doesn't matter who's in the White House. The American public deserves to know. Let's get to the bottom of it.
I'm sorry, just to follow up on that. Are you suggesting there are better quality images, better quality videos?
I've seen better quality videos, dude. Absolutely 100%.
Come on, dude.
They need to release them.
So if you didn't hear the reporter ask that question, he said, so you're saying, sir, that there are better quality videos, better quality pictures? And he said, yes, absolutely. I've seen them.
Oh.
And we haven't. And we all know what's out there. Like we know that there's a better Tic Tac video. We know there's a better gimbal video.
Taxpayers are paying for programs that are keeping this information secret. They have a right to know where their dollars are going. And with claims coming forward, as technology is getting better, people are capturing things on their phones now, right? We need to know whether these things are they domestic? Are they foreign? Or are they something else?
So we went down there, we were stonewalled. They would not give us access to testimony from some of the pilots. They were hiding images and information.
We were told there was pictures available, which we still haven't seen.
And ultimately what ended up happening is we had to actually call House Armed Services. Chairman Rogers got involved. The Pentagon got involved. The Department of the Air Force got involved. We actually got into an argument with the general of that base. And it's important to note that we were there simply to follow up on the whistleblowers that came forward with information. And so if the Department of the Air Force, if the Pentagon thinks that they're above Congress, they have something else coming to them. We told them we were going to do this if they continue to hide information. And ultimately, the American people deserve the facts.
And I had witnesses that have backed out on us, that have told us that they received inquiries, I guess you could say, from the Pentagon. And so obviously we're over the target, and they know it, and that's why they're firing at us. And if there isn't anything, then why the push to cover it up? Why don't we know? All we want is transparency. Tell us what it is.
What is it?
What?
When was this conference?
This is recent. That's all I know. If Scott's around, he can.
I want to see more of this.
I want to see a lot more of that.
Me too.
Because at least it's being talked about, folks. We can say, Project Bluebeam. We can say it's misinformation. It's an op, and I'm not against any of those accusations at all. But I mean, it's not that far out of the realm. We understand that the military keeps secrets from us, and certain secrets, fine. I don't want our nuclear codes getting out. I don't think there should be transparency with our nuclear codes. But UFOs and technology, and maybe technology that could advance us to a point where people aren't starving or something like that. I'd kind of like to know that.
I've said this before. It's a fundamental understanding of the universe that they don't have the right to withhold from us.
Right. Exactly.
If they know that something like that exists, if they know that there are beings outside of our dimension, outside of our planet, we deserve to know that.
And what's probably what is behind the suppression of this technology, if they have it, is not, it's the military industrial complex and the third party corporations that they're involved with developing it for their own means. And they just want to keep the secret for their own, they want it to be proprietary, right? And, you know, I think you can make money. If you're concerned about making money, I think you could do that anyway. I don't think you need to sit on stuff that like especially propulsion, right? Especially if, say, that stuff, this is a corporation. This is where most of the leaks happen to our adversaries, happen through corporations. They don't happen through, I mean, they happen through the military too, but like it's way easier to do it through corporations. And that way, one of our adversaries could actually get something, and maybe that is the Tic Tac. And I said it, like, if the Tic Tac, I still don't believe it's us. But if it's us and it's one of our adversaries, we're fucked. We're absolutely fucked because they are so far ahead of us with that, because that it's crazy. Again, with the Tic Tac, everybody just looks at that one video, and you got to go to the radar data where there was hundreds of them, and they were moving at speeds you just like. Even if it was a drone, things don't move that fast without there being some sort of sonic boom or something, and no propulsion. That's godlike technology. And yes, the Air Force is generally 10 years ahead of what we know. They're advanced 10 years ahead. But
that's really advanced.
That's
not 10 years. That's like
100,000 at least, 100,000.
Yeah, because you're getting the speeds to where you will be able to travel interstellar. Like you will be able to travel the freaking solar system easily.
Yeah,
easily.
It's very interesting watching Oppenheimer last night. I know everything's connecting to it, but it was an actual military government project that had the same kind of hallmarks of hiding technology from other people. Because there was a whole part in it about not wanting to leak it to the Soviets, even though we were their allies. And it just harkens to the same kind of thing. Like, we know that the government has done this before. So why wouldn't they be doing it right now with technology that they've discovered?
And remember what Bob Lazar said, that they're messing with technology that they don't understand. And they understood the atomic bomb to a certain extent. Not 100%, but they understood it. But we're playing with things that Bob Lazar has been consistent about, that blow up half a state, and we don't know how they work.
Yeah.
And it's killed people in the past, according to Bob Lazar and others. And actually, that whistleblower, whether we believe him or not, said other people have died accidentally and on purpose. And accidentally on purpose. Maliciously. We heard from Adam yet?
No.
He's
gonna come up in a couple hours going, I'm ready to go, guys.
I feel like he thought you meant Central.
I put PST.
I don't know.
He knows I'm in San Diego. By the way,
yes,
I'm in San Diego for Comic-Con, and we are going to make it down there.
Look at it. So official.
This is getting framed and put on my wall. Thanks, Chris Gore. Did they leave? Or are they still here?
I think they're still here.
They're still here? Okay.
Was my dad there?
No. Your dad is not here.
He's not staying in the content house.
Is Accidental Truth a good doc? I would say yes. The editing is pretty raw. It's just a series of interviews, but they're well done interviews. And if you're into the topic, it's about an hour and a half long. It's a good, good watch.
It's really about the information.
Yeah. Like Jeremy Corbell and James Fox are the two best directors of I think James Fox is a little better than Jeremy
in this
Corbell.
Documentary. James Fox
is in this documentary. But both of those guys are really good at making entertaining documentaries. But I'm totally fine with the really dry. Just give me all the facts.
Information.
Yeah.
I don't. Sometimes in this sphere that I find when I'm looking stuff up, it's too overproduced and with all the dramatic stuff, and I kind of just want the information. And this doc does that.
Oh my god! Every time they go. Duh-duh.
Speaking of overproduced, I did not watch last week's Skinwalker. I still need to do that. I saw that.
I need to watch that.
Brandon Google tweeted out somebody got hurt.
What?
For real?
Yeah, somebody got.
Oh yeah. I can find it. tweet.
Oh yeah,
somebody got hurt.
We got to get to the bottom.
We got to get to the bottom. But Bubba Doom, thank you for the super chat. Yeah, dude, it's like $4.99 or something like that on Prime Video. It's worth $5. You know,
it's $3.99.
Tell you what, I'd rather watch Accidental Truth than Barbie and Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
You know, I thought we were going to get tons of pushback, like you said.
I put out a tweet saying I didn't
opinions.
like it, and I'm over Christopher Nolan. I was expecting a lot of pushback. There's some, but
Razor Fist, of course, agrees with
Razor
you.
Fist. Yeah. It's like
Your first time.
I was like, I don't know. I just came to the realization. I guess I just don't like.
No, we went over his IMDb and said his last, pretty much
13 years ago,
since Inception have been.
Middling to bad.
Yeah, Interstellar is fine. It's fine. I said that to Mahler, and he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Dude, it's
It's fine.
I hate that movie. I'm like, it's fine. I've never watched it again.
Yeah, I've only watched it once.
He's done some he's done one of my all-time favorite movies. He's directed, Prestige. It's
dude.
Wonderful.
His early category was bangers.
But I realized
some of the best movies of all time.
I like as many Chris Nolan films as I do Zack Snyder films.
Yeah. The parallel is very close. Early career, way better than the later career.
Can you read that one? Because I can't.
You want to get? You can.
Oh, no, okay. So bad things unfortunately happen sometimes at Skinwalker Ranch, resulting in hospitalization. One unusual and tragic circumstance in the triangle in the past required an ambulance. So this is actually.
Is that the guy that his skin detached from his head?
I don't know, but it looks like something happened to his arm, and look how bloody he is.
No, dude. I mean, dangerous stuff does happen
a
on
rocket
the ranch.
probably blew up.
Oh,
need a little bit more information.
Dude,
on that.
that's my favorite part of the show, though. I think that's just
the rockets, dude.
Rockets
shooting in rockets in the sky.
Shooting rockets. I can watch them shoot rockets in the sky.
Just blood and stitches involved.
A few years ago. Okay. So I don't know what happened last episode.
Me neither.
Okay, so what is that super? Could you read that super chat?
From Ryan for 50 European
euros.
What do we call them?
British pounds. I think that's euros.
Many nations are ready for disclosure, but most in the world are not. If they announce we're not alone in the galaxy, that would have huge second, third order effects. Stock market, psych wards would fill up, and on and on. I agree. Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of people that would have a hard time adjusting to a reality where there are other beings that have intelligence.
I agree with you, Ryan. Adam disagrees on this a little bit, and he does make a good point. And we can talk about it if he makes it. But if he ever shows, but again, it's not his fault; it's mine. I agree with you now, Ryan. After COVID. After Nick Pope mentioned, I want to give him full credit for this. Nick Pope, who I have so much more respect for after watching him do a conference. We just see him in little interviews, but you see him do a seminar, and
he's really good.
So he's a former British intelligence officer.
He's got dad jokes and everything.
He's got good dad jokes and levity, and he's like a normal dude, which we need a lot more of in this field, right? So I agree with you. I think in the Western nations, it would mostly be fine in most of the country, but there will be pockets, and I don't want to segregate or anything, but let's just say people who may have immigrated from other countries recently. Okay, I'm talking within the last month. All right, might have a different view, might not. It depends. But you're right. In a lot of the nations, religious oligarchies, we'll say, for example, that are run by a religion,
might have a problem.
Might have a problem with it.
Yeah.
The ones who if you're not their religion, you're basically not a human. That's the people who will probably have a problem. I'm talking the more hardcore fringy parts of the religion, not the, parts of the religion.
I think just Adam said, at least half of it will be okay with it. I believe that.
Yeah.
Half will totally be like, yeah, okay, cool. Bring it on. We'll see what it is. But the other half will definitely have a hard time.
Okay. Still a lot of masks at San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah.
I mean,
really?
I saw an old, God, I hate to say this out loud. So I had a couple of old friend of mine from the comic shop, and I ran into one who wasn't wearing a mask. We're like, what's up, Emo? He's freaking great. He's a great artist. Go see him. Old friend. It was so good to see him. And he's like, yeah, Cody's over there. So I'm like, I'm going to run over and see Cody. Cody's wearing a mask. And I'm like, because the first thing I'm going to go up is go, dude, why are you wearing a mask? It's over. And we'll get some argument.
Moved on.
So I just went, nah, I'll talk to him later. Oh, you don't have to be quiet.
That's fine.
Say hi, Dante.
Hey guys.
That's Dante. Verbal Riot. Subscribe to him. Good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, people would be broken. I think for the most part, it would shake some people. I think a lot of us though would just go, yeah, we know, and we want to know more. But one of the other reasons behind it is the government has been lying to us for up to 90 years. So they would have to go, yeah, we've been lying to you for 90 years. But if they just came up with like it was for national security, we were worried about this and that. But I think the other real reason is each country has their own crash retrieval stuff, and they're not sharing technology. And they're all keeping it from each other. Bye, guys.
Bye.
He says you didn't read a super chat.
Eric K.
I don't see it.
I saw.
I can pull it up.
We'll get to it.
We'll get it, Eric.
Yeah, Eric,
Bro.
see you, Comic.
Bye.
Bye, Chris. Okay. So yeah, I think they're not going to let it out. The government is not going to go, aliens are real. We have crash retrieval. We're going to have to get it through like sources and leaks. And it's going to basically have to be a UFO crashing on a guy's farm. And then, say it's real. And he's all, I'm just going to present it to the people. And then half of them won't believe it anyway. If the government came out and said, yep, if they tried it on a fucking alien that started talking, half the people won't, depending on which party that president is with, the other party will not believe it. It's just the way it is right now. The UFOs have gotten so fucking politicized now to where that's what's led to a lot of the squabbling. I mean, there's the psycho element and then there's the politicized element. And I love Mike Barrett is like as based as it gets, right? But like he burned all his bridges with pretty much everybody. Because and I don't disagree with a lot of his stances, by the way. When it comes to, because I think he's been pretty consistent that don't trust the government. Don't ever trust the government on this. I think the truth will come from us, and not all of us are going to believe it unless an alien visits each of us individually.
Yeah,
it
does like a big press conference and
a
shows
tour,
down, like
shows up to your house, shakes your hand,
like a politician,
brings a little gift.
If one of them crashed in like a major city where people filmed on their phones, that would probably
something like major like that.
Well,
but even though that
happened,
because that did happen, I know. Technically,
yeah. Even now,
I mean, the Phoenix Lights was the thing that really put me over. Like, I was always interested in the subject, and I've seen weird video, especially from the 80s. I watched sightings, and I was like, yeah, I'm really into this, and I think they're out there. I think so. Not really sure. Phoenix Lights happens. I'm like, oh, they're fucking real. That's fucking, whoa. That was crazy.
We should do an episode on Phoenix Lights.
We should. And we can watch I Know What I Saw, a James Fox documentary about the Phoenix Lights. It's quite good. Adam did this last time. You need to be clear on the difference between a universe, a dimension, and a plane. Dimensions are directions. We're in a universe, and heaven, hell, and DMT space would be planes. I get it.
Thank you.
I get that. That makes sense to me. Totally makes sense to me.
Yeah.
A plane of existence.
Do you have like heaven, earth, hell, dimensions? Just the directions.
Machine Elf.
Perfectly said.
Machine Elf Land.
Yeah, that's
is that what it's called? Machine Elf Land. I kind of want to check out the Machine Elves, to be honest with you.
Thanks, Polish Gluck Gluck 9000.
But they do. But they know a lot of stuff.
I think they do too. Where's Eric's case? What's Eric's case, Eric?
I didn't see it.
Could you find it?
There it is. Spell my name correctly, Eric.
Garrett might not be an alien, but he does like to probe.
Maybe.
Wow.
Spelled with one T.
People always add an
He is in California right now.
Name with a K.
Eric KK.
Yeah.
Eric KKK.
Bro, what's your middle name?
There was a Stargate episode about billionaires trotting out a cloned Asgard 2. I'm reading this slow because I can barely read it. It's far away. Press conference at the CG. Here, thank you very much. At CGC, going hard to discredit him. I see something like that happening on Accidental Disclosure in real life. Says Brent Wolf for $20. Haven't got to that episode yet. I've made it in 3 episodes of Stargate. It's all right.
That's further than me.
Yep. What was that guy's name? It was Thor something. Help me, chat. The alien who was supposedly met at the White House. His name was Thor something or other.
Thor. That would explain the freaking Nords. The alien race, the Nords. Not the tall whites. They're separate. They're 2 different things.
Valiant Thor.
Thor. Thank you. God,
Dude, what a name.
Thanks, chat.
The Valiant Thor story is quite interesting. Look it up. So yeah, maybe they got it from that for some reason. Maybe they're riffing on that a little bit. Valiant Thor. Thank you.
Not Alf. No.
Alf wants it to be Alf. All right. So one of the things that government official, I can't tell you if he's a congressman or a senator, the guy from Tennessee. He's
congressman.
Yeah, he's in this. And the one thing we are seeing within this that I think is nice, but it also makes you think it's a distraction, is that we are seeing a lot of cooperation across the aisle on this subject.
Yeah. It's very bipartisan. There's congressmen that are involved in this that are also asking the same questions we are, like, hey, we don't know, and I would like to know. And they play a good clip in the beginning where they're questioning somebody from the military. And they're like, hey, could you tell us what's going on? And they're like, well, we would need you to go through an official. We need you to bring it up in an official fashion. He's like, I'm bringing it up right now. Like, this is official right now. He's like, well, I'm not at liberty to say. It's like,
no, the last conference.
At what point?
They show the last conference where they have 2 high-ranking government officials with full security clearance tell you for about 4 hours that they've never seen anything and they don't know anything, even though they're in charge of a UAP task force. It's like, fuck off. This is a joke. This is worse than Blue Book. It's worse than Blue Book, which totally makes me believe that there is something going on. So you have and again, they did show that the one good thing they showed in Oppenheimer is how you can use the system to be completely totalitarian and authoritative and fuck somebody over for a personal vindictive reason and use the government to do it in an official capacity.
And think about it, the Manhattan Project, right? They went off, made a tiny city that everybody in that city was not known outside, right? So that was compartmentalized. And then inside of that compartmentalization, there were more compartmentalizations going on. Not everybody inside of that city knew. So just think about that. That's what they're doing in the actual government now.
Yep. And then, like Gary was saying, they get other corporations to do other things as well. So then there's more that's being spread out.
They go off. There's interesting stuff in here too about the different materials. Like Bob Lazar talked about, and from Roswell, like the aluminium that has memory and it can like snap back in. That's an actual material that we have in aerospace now. And then there's a material that is liquid glass metal that you could see through. There's also something that is real.
It's aluminium that's glass. And they mention it, yes, in Star Trek Voyager.
They do?
Not Voyager, Voyage Home.
Voyage Home.
Star Trek Voyage Home. But this is something that Raytheon already has.
Yeah.
So, and that's supposedly back engineered. There's there's this entire book on where the back engineering program started. It's from Philip J. Corso. And people are quiet on, but this guy used to like hang out with Eisenhower. So, and I mentioned this before, but the day after Roswell, one of the best parts about the book, I mean, the UFO stuff is freaking fascinating, but we're also, this is probably why he got, like a lot of people came out with this. By the way, he died shortly after writing the book because he was really old. But he talked about like the communist element that was within our intelligence, within intelligence, and how the military, how CIA was splitting off from the military. CIA was new, and they were basically in competition. So, and they might still be. Brent Wolf has gifted 10 Nerdrotic Live memberships for $50. Thank you, Brent.
Thank you.
And Ryan for 20 British pounds. Thank you, Ryan. Says disclosure will cause the stock market to melt down. Aliens who can access all those resources in space, scarcity would be over. Getting to meteors easily would crash our stock market.
Yeah.
We'd be able to find every precious it wouldn't be precious metals anymore. They would be abundant metals. So there's that problem too. And that's a legit problem.
It'll hurt, but I think it'll be better because then you don't have to mine these things and put people into dangerous situations to get and then we could make more technology. So I think it's a benefit, but it's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt.
I'm not a financial analyst. Okay.
Are you sure?
I'm not. Oh, dude. Have you seen,
How does one check if they're one or not?
I will
I'm analyzing the stuff that you bought at Comic-Con and I'm thinking,
I will say, don't gamble on your fucking future. Things that are tangible. Like maybe buy your house outright. Try to buy your house outright. Try to get a condo. Try to get a dwelling that you can own. Get a fucking double wide. Whatever you can afford. Double wides are pretty fucking nice, by the way. I would
start
never
a commune.
I would never shit on a double.
Well, I don't know about that.
No, with your family.
I'll tell you right now, I was in double wides that were fucking 1,000 times nicer than my house in San Francisco that I owned.
Dude, they make them pretty nice now.
Yeah.
For like $30,000. At least last time I checked, that was 10 years ago.
Yeah, just don't be in a
might be
tornado state, but other than that, you're fine. Nick S for $4.99. Gary, have you watched the Venture Brothers movie yet? Garrett and I did. We did. It disappeared off HBO Max for some reason, so we rented it, or I bought it. And you're just gonna have to wait until our live stream.
We will discuss.
We will discuss it in our live stream with Mark the Cyborg, Script Doctor, Comics Division, somebody else too. I'm forgetting somebody. Makadama has donated $10. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Just tucking that 10 right in our G-string.
That is. Oh, why'd you take that one away?
We read that one already.
We did?
Oh, yeah, we did.
Buddy Rabbit for $10 says, hey, buddy, not a bully. Watch Normal World. Abolish the Department of Education. Make sure you keep lube beside the bed for the aliens because you're not stopping them anyway.
Yeah.
This is true.
They're going to do what they want. You just got to let it happen.
Just kind of lay back and let it happen.
Oh, my God.
This will be over with soon.
Yep.
Zorbu, no!
52 movies a year for $9.99. Either there are aliens and our government thinks we are dumb. We could probably just end it right there.
Yeah.
Know about it, or there are no aliens and our government thinks we are dumb to know about it. Our government is dumb, but it has some really smart, evil people within it using that big dumb as a shield.
Yeah.
Right? That's how our government works. So the people doing the nefarious stuff aren't fucking dumb, but they surround themselves by a bunch of incompetence that they know they can manipulate, blackmail, scapegoat.
Yeah.
And it's so like compartmentalized doesn't even begin. It's labyrinthian. Is that a word? It's not compartmentalized.
Yeah.
It is fucking insane. We had a friend of ours, WG, explain it to us at the Cosmic Summit.
Yeah.
And it made my brain hurt a little bit.
Well, like, even when David Grush came out with all that information, my immediate thought was, how can I trust you? You're from the government. Even if you're telling the truth, how am I supposed to know? Because y'all are liars.
And he's like, he's like, I can't.
I have no proof either that I can show.
No receipts at all. But there is a great receipt in this movie when they're talking to Nick Pope, because he said, when I was at my office, man, I had this fucking picture, this huge blown up picture of a UFO, of a plane circling a UFO, and it disappeared. Like when I left, they took the picture.
Yeah.
So, and even if he took a picture of that picture, he couldn't show it because that was part of his security clearance. But the documentarian found the picture.
They could,
which was crazy. They're all later, later in the shooting.
Diamond. It's like a cool. It's not like a typical flying saucer because it's like
it's diamond.
It's almost like a top. Like
then there's another plane, and then
I have it.
Yeah, and then James Fox later on went to that location where that picture was shot.
Really,
like he trucked all the way out there to that location where that picture was shot.
This one.
That's it.
Yep, that's it. Doesn't it look like a top?
Like a spinning top. Yeah.
End of Inception.
Yeah,
we're all living in a Chris Nolan movie. That's it.
Please, God, no.
God, no.
Well, this is too linear.
That means we're going to live longer. We're on for the last third of our lives.
I think you're wrong. This is too linear for that.
Yeah,
this would be all like we would like jumping to the end of our life and the beginning of our life and then in the middle.
So will we all be getting our own designated Nordic alien waifu or husband soon? Hey. Oh, I can't do that. No, we should do an ad. We should do like what, but you guys wouldn't even get, some of you youngsters wouldn't get the joke. Remember the infomercials?
I remember infomercials. Yes.
Infomercials. We were forced to watch infomercials back in the day when there was like a paltry, like 60 television stations and the cable ones would do infomercials.
Yeah. At night.
And that's where like Billy Mays came from. And we should do one with get your Nordic waifu or husband.
Space Shopping Network.
Yeah, I think it should. Whatever the truth, especially if an alien race. What do you mean by race?
Why you gotta bring race?
It gotta be race.
Huh?
Why'd you gotta make it racial? Just kidding.
Damn D.
And / species. I will be thrilled. It would open up our world to possibilities we haven't even thought of, to new science. Hopefully, we'll all will be well. If not, it has been a nice ride. I could not agree more.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
D dinks for 20 British pounds. Cheers. I'll be in your country in about a month and 10 days.
I can't believe that.
I'm ready. It's freaking
wild.
Ready. But I absolutely agree. And regardless of the outcome, I think we deserve to know. If it's good or bad, we need to know what it is.
Especially for funding it.
I'd rather know the thief that's in my house. I'd like to know that he was there.
Well, a pansexual can actually be a pansexual. Think of the possibilities
you
there.
Never know, yeah.
Okay.
We've seen Star Trek.
Yeah.
Right. For sure, Riker will be all up in it.
I agree with Ryan's assessment of Twitter's going to be rebranded as X.
Yeah.
And Ryan Kinnell, our good friend Ryan Kinnell, his scientific assessment of this is gay. God bless Ryan. Big Barbie fan. Big fucking Brie Larson simp Barbie fan. I think Yellow Flash is a Barbie simp too.
He said the same thing. He said Barbie was better than Oppenheimer.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not by much though. Settle down.
Yeah, settle down.
It's not like
not like I'm never gonna watch either of them again. No. Once they lied, you can never trust them again. Paranoid android. Marvin, the paranoid android. Again, Douglas Adams makes an appearance. I've been sitting on this clip for 4 years. I've used it in live streams before. So if Eric's seen it before. If you've been around the channel for any amount of time, it's one of my favorite. It's Douglas Adams predicting the future again. Paranoid android, bless you. 42 is the answer.
I wish Douglas Adams was here so we could write a book.
Dude,
if he could write a book about all this crazy crap that's gone on after he passed away.
The best fucking moment in any of his books is God's last message to his creation. We apologize for the inconvenience. I love that so much. That's so British. It's so bloody British. You guys are clever. You guys are smart. I like you guys. Your food fucking sucks though. Okay,
that's what I heard. We'll see.
Yeah. Looking forward to losing some weight when I go over there. Well, actually, I probably shouldn't. Beef up a little bit. All right. Then we're going to go to Bionic Sasquatch for $10. What's up, Bionic Sasquatch? By the way, I love that episode of $6 Million Man. Are you going to let me read it, or did I already read it?
Oh, sorry. I thought you were reading on StreamYards. My bad.
There's a story about Nixon showed Jackie Gleason.
Yes.
Some bitch. The aliens at secret base or lab, and Jackie's wife said it changed
it for
him
life. Yeah,
life.
dude, he made a house shaped like a UFO after that. Like he was obsessed with them.
Nice.
Yes. There are a lot of stories of certain presidents showing people. I mean, it's not just Jackie Gleason and Nixon. Evidence of UFOs. So I think some presidents were read in, some were not. I think some are just fucking liars. I think Obama was read in. I think he is. I mean, Obama's a liar.
Yeah.
Scandal-free president. Says he's straight.
Really though?
It's a little bit of a joke on that
Really
one.
though?
Just a little bit.
Hey, I was going through the comics at one of the booths.
Yep.
And I saw the Spider-Man issue with Obama. I almost bought it.
What's it going for?
It's like $25.
That's about $24.99 too much, in my
Yeah.
opinion. Oh yeah, I sold the
I
shit.
thought it'd just be funny to have.
I sold the shit out of those. Somebody needs to do
What a cringe.
Somebody needs to draw a Trump Spider-Man cover. They need to do it. I would do it if I had the art. I probably no.
You could do it.
No, we need Graham Nolan. I need you to make a Trump Amazing Spider-Man cover instead of Obama.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll commission him to do it. I know Graham's
Oh.
watching the show because he watches
Hilarious.
everything we do. No, he doesn't.
He's probably fishing right now.
He's probably fishing. I want you to draw it while you fish and smoke a cigar, Graham. I want you to do that.
I want the ash.
And then take a selfie of you flexing your muscles so all the 40-year-old women can fan themselves. And
With your puppy.
Dude's jacked. It's crazy.
dude is pretty jacked.
Very much so.
I know. I just saw there was some girls at it was at Dallas who flipped past this picture and they went, "Daddy."
How old were they?
Younger than me, but most people are. So far more concerning that my wife was one of them. Okay.
Oh my God.
Far more concerning that UAPs is the coming age of genetic manipulation of humans. We will have superhumans. They will be the smug offspring of the wealthiest and most privileged people in the world. I mean, that's kind of what The Boys, the comic.
True. Yeah. That's exactly what the premise of that book is.
It's a commentary on corporate America and celebrities.
Yeah.
And the show made it about Trump. Trump. Oh my God. Homelander is a fetishized version of what the left sees, of what the left wants the right to be. I think when they see Homelander come out, they actually masturbate.
Yeah.
They do, like Homelander.
Oh, gross.
They drink the milk just like him.
Yeah. It's so
Homelander.
weird.
It's QAnon.
I know. But read the book. The Boys book
Book's
is
awesome.
better. It's way more hardcore. Shake from Hunger Team. What's up, brother? Thank you for gifting 5 Nerdrotic memberships for $25. I love the Boys comic. I really do. I think it's very good. It's not because I'm in it. Thank you for the $1. I appreciate it. Thank you, David Nelson, for $1.99. YouTube show Redacted is going hot, heavy on for UFOs.
Really?
Oh, good. The Y-Files. I've been watching the Y-Files a lot lately. I mean, he's a huge channel, gets a lot of people watching, and it's entertaining. That's the most important part. It's entertaining. But he does like a lot of summaries of stuff we kind of already know. So I think he's kind of a good point of entry. A good point of entry for a lot of people. He went over Giants. That was a good one, but like I'm obsessed with the Giant thing.
There's a lot of really crazy stuff that like
there is.
It's credible as hell.
It's amazing that there were so many stories and so many stories going back. Yet there's like, but there is evidence.
It sounds crazy when you first hear about it. You're like, Giants, what?
But they found
then
skulls.
they start talking about it, and it's like, wait, no.
Once they start showing skulls, and like, if you look at them on a TV screen, you're like, that looks like a human skull.
Yeah.
But then
when you
when they
compare
put it next to a human skull, you're like,
yeah,
oh shit.
There was definitely 100% a race on this earth that were larger than Homo sapiens.
Oh, what is?
And if those crossed over, if they're still around in small pockets, who knows, man? There's a lot of space that I was not aware of before that we have not really covered. Like there's so much space in America that is not really accessible.
Okay, now we got to talk about
Crazy.
what Graham Hancock. I watched this the minute he fucking tweeted this, and it's incredible. We're gonna have to incorporate this into a show. I'm gonna share this. That? I'm gonna share. It's a Netflix documentary. It's on right now, and it's pure science. It's pure science. There's nothing, but there's something mind blowing in it, which I'm gonna tell you. Okay, just watched Unknown Cave of Bones. It's beautiful and mysterious, filmed with style and told with panache. The usual skeptics must already be sharpening their knives, but I was hooked from the beginning and fascinated throughout. Highly recommend. So the minute I saw this, it was late. I'm like, I'm going to watch 5 minutes of it, and I watched the whole fucking thing. So it's a documentary. These are real archaeologists, real scientists. They found this cave in South Africa, where they found some hominids. Okay, they're not humans. They are basically really smart monkeys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Ready to get your mind blown?
Ready.
They buried their dead. They buried their fucking dead. And these things go back hundreds of, like, they're really fucking old. I forgot what the exact time was, but it pushes things back way the fuck back. And they buried their fucking dead.
You muted yourself, guys. I don't know what happened.
So excited we muted ourselves, man.
They buried their dead.
That is wild.
And not just like we tossed the body in a fucking hole. They were put in the fetal position, and tools were put in their hand.
Wow.
Okay.
That's the missing link that we've always been like, where's the
ritual? No, because we're not related to these things in any way, shape, or form.
Okay, so
we just have some practices.
They're separate.
They are not human.
Wow.
But I think humans.
Do you think it's possible that humans were so advanced that they kind of dumbed down all other animals around them?
I think what they were
that's
saying,
why they haven't like advanced at all.
They might go through an evolution angle, but they were really staying away from that. They were going.
Well, I was not even saying it that way. Like if we were around and we're so smart, and other beings could be smart too.
Other beings
like
were smart. Neanderthal were smart.
We've like pushed them all down, and now there's apes out there that could be smart.
So why couldn't there be giants?
Yeah.
There was a bunch of really big animals running around. Why couldn't there be? And they're not just, they even say this in documentary. It's like, we found this cave, and usually it's like a tooth or a bone. Like we found.
I got to watch this thing, dude.
Bones and tons of fucking bones. So it's fucking radical. So, and it's and the guy's like, when, the head archaeologist, kind of a flamboyant guy, but I appreciate that. He was like, this is the biggest discovery of my life. You can see him going through it. And he actually couldn't fit through the part of the cave where the bones were. So he went out and lost a bunch of weight so he could, because he's like, I'm fucking 57.
I'm getting in here.
I'm
wow.
And it's an incredible documentary.
Wow.
So I agree with Graham.
I'll have to find it.
Yeah, I thought they were just going to find older, hominids or whatever. What do you call them?
Wow.
And they're like, when they said they buried their dead ritualistically, I'm like, what? Oh shit. It's fucking crazy, but it's really cool. Really cool. So go check it out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, by the way, while we have people here, Brothers of the Serpent will be here next week.
Hey. Very excited for that.
Very excited. D Dinks for 10 British pounds. Thank you. If the universe is up to 26 billion years old, that only underscores the potential of multiple alien species who are millions of years ahead of us. I could not agree more.
Could be.
We
Absolutely.
were talking about that with Chris. Chris Gore's like, I don't know about aliens. I'm like, racism. There could have been racism.
It probably is.
But millions of civilizations could have risen and fallen.
Yeah.
Millions of times
over and over and over.
Over and over. Endless cycle. And yeah. And they rise in a very different way. So the fact that we're alone is preposterous. It's fucking
Yeah. There was a very interesting part in the documentary. I can show you guys this from Dr. Hal Puthoff. There is an unidentified.
Hal Puthoff.
Puthoff. Oh, I said that wrong. The second part mostly. It's currently unknown whether the phenomenon is exclusively extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional, crypto-terrestrial, demonic or jinn, proto-ancient human, time travelers, etc., or some combination or mutation of all of these.
Oh my god! Put every single category,
which is wild because we don't know.
Did he say crypto dimensional?
No, it was crypto terrestrial.
Crypto terrestrial.
Oh, that's what you said. She just misheard you.
Yeah. It makes me think like Skinwalker Ranch and all this, of course, is like linked, but
it's basically saying like we have no idea what it is. It could be any one of these crazy things, and it's got to be one of them, right?
It could be here. It could be underwater. It could be underground. They could be literally here, but in another dimension, like that.
Well,
just laying out all the options
for a long time. I think like spatial time, dimensional anomalies were the explanation for ghosts. I've always thought that. That's the one thing I've thought. I think that's pretty likely. But I think what Skinwalker does, it past and present investigation shows that forgetting the Scottish or Irish, sorry. The investigator from the Bigelow team said at the end, he's like, basically he was a skeptic and he walked out of this going, oh, there's something going on, but it's way weirder than we could possibly imagine. We probably can't get our head around how weird it is. That's something like I think in a lot of cases it's right there in front of our face, but we just can't get it. We don't get it. We're not going to
conceive of what it is.
Yep. Best West 92 for $2. Do y'all watch Dark Journalist series here on YouTube? No, but I will.
No, that sounds cool.
That sounds really cool. I like that name. Cardinals had a rainy day, and KMOX played a 1960s interview with Jackie Robinson and Jack Buck. He appreciated Nixon and laid into JFK hard over race relations. It was stunning as CBS company re-aired it. Wow, that's cool.
Wow, I gotta watch
that. Jack Buck and Jackie Robinson, legends. Zach, cool.
42.
Go back. You know what? There's tons of dude. There is. I went down this rabbit hole on YouTube where in the 30s they would sit guys down from like Civil War veterans,
yes,
and just ask them about their lives.
Those interviews are so awesome.
Yeah,
they're compelling as hell.
They're really fucking good. So
they have those with Civil War veterans and like freed slaves, and kids that lived in that era. Those are fascinating.
Did you notice that like they'll ask them about their childhood, and the commonality with all of them was they all played with chemistry sets and did science shit. Like they were smart. They were smarter back then. Razorfist made this point when he was on. He's like, the 1800s, everybody looks. You think it's like the Texas drawl accent. It's no, they were Shakespearean.
Yeah,
they wrote the people who knew how to read and write wrote their letters not just for information. It was artistic. Like read letters from back then. It's crazy. So
because they had to put it took so long to get a letter anywhere that they put all of their thought and focus and specifically thought about what they were saying, so there's no misunderstanding of what they mean. It was very thoughtful, everything they did.
Modern man is at least 400,000 years old. I think it's older, and I think it's going to get pushed back.
Everything keeps
I
getting
think
older.
This cave pushes it back. There's other things that are possibly pushing it back. I was just watching a lecture. We were watching it at the Cosmic Summit, where they said it's getting close to 800,000 years.
It keeps getting older.
Yep. So it's going to be 1 million pretty soon. Modern recorded history is 6,000 years. 400,000 years with the same now this is Brett, this is where they make the same point. Okay, so 400,000 years, 800,000 years, a million years with the same brain. And look at what we've done in 6,000. Civilization is much older than anyone likes to credit it. I could not agree more. I think we've had multiple 100,000 years with the same brain. So an argument has been made, it's not by me, has been made that the cataclysm is what kicked in our consciousness for the most part, the way our modern consciousness. It was out of just strife and fear, and we adapted, and that like kicked in. It was there, but like more innovative version of it. Again, this is not my theory. This is what I've heard. I think that's bullshit. I think
I think we had the same ingenuity and the same inventiveness for that entire time. Like think about it right now. If you take a baby that's born today and don't give them any of the knowledge that we've all collectively figured out, they turn into hunter-gatherer. They would just be a hunter-gatherer if they're completely in a void. So I think we would eventually develop all the same things all the way up, and then a cataclysm comes down, wipes us all out, we forget about it, and it all starts over.
X-Ray Go, could you find that article again? We talked about it last week of the stone structure they found in Oregon. I want to see if there's been any update on that. James Zabriskie for $2.99 Australian. Appreciate you guys. We appreciate you, James. Thank you.
Thanks, mate.
Eric K for $2 says justice for Eric KKK. Okay. I'm being oppressed, says Eric K for $2. I'll show you oppression.
I'll press you, bro.
I'll press you.
Eric K with a K.
Eric KKK. Delicado 3. Thank you for the $4.99. I appreciate it. Bubba Doom for $2. What's up, Bubba Doom? Douglas Adams would be a documentarian today. He would. God, I miss that guy so much.
Oh, what was it called? Because I don't think we actually put an article in.
I'll find it.
Okay. I forgot what it was called.
Typing loud.
Oh, I'm fucking. I don't even know how to type.
You just press it.
That's what she said.
Oh my gosh.
I'm gentle with my keyboard.
Thank you, Nebulas Leas. I don't even know if I said that. Nebulas for becoming a traveler.
Welcome, traveler.
I wish I could get his.
We should get a sounder of Mahler saying "Welcome, traveler."
Oh, we should. Well,
just like
All right, so this is it. By the way, it's good evidence, but there's more evidence of humans being here hundreds of thousands of years. Listen, there were humans on this side of the planet long before some people trekked from Asia down through an ice corridor, and then were called indigenous people, even though they came from Asia. Yeah. Okay, so
this is
Eurasia.
I don't know.
I mean, I think you kind
of was for a while.
It was like because everybody who was here before possibly died, or there were some leftovers and you killed them off like the giants. But I don't know. Maybe we'll find out.
Everybody's a conqueror.
Everybody's a conqueror. It's okay. I mean, it's not like the Indians. The American Indians got screwed. They did
totally
screwed. Not saying
they also did some screwing. It happened.
Well, yeah, they would have been nice.
By a native, got native blood me. But things happen.
But. Yeah, it's history is brutal. That's the way it is. Possible proof of oldest human occupied site found in Oregon, dating back 18,000 years. Cooper's Ferry in western Idaho was thought to be the oldest recorded archaeological site in the region, according to Black Lives Matter. What? It's BLM.
I'm Bureau of Land Management. Dude,
wow.
Thrown off there for a second.
I actually thought
you were citing BLM now.
I thought you were making a joke.
No, it says
ABC. ABC. Just be aware of terms.
Yeah.
BLM.
You have to define what BLM means first before you use BLM.
I can tell you right now that the Bureau of Land Management is as evil as Black Lives Matter. An Oregon field research team has uncovered evidence that indicates humans roamed the state at least 18,000 years ago. This could be proof that North America's oldest humans occupied site yet, except for all the other proof that we show that's like from 56,000 years ago, possibly 100,000 years ago. There's the caves in the south somewhere, like they're called the Blue Caves or some shit like that. And then there was the site down in Argentina.
Mhm.
Then there is, of course, here in San Diego, Whale's Vagina, when they were digging up the ground for the 56 freeway, which they never finished, by the way. And they found the mammoth with the tool markings on it that Graham Hancock mentions in multiple books. We could actually go see, you know what?
Dude, we could
go see that. We can go see it today.
Let's do it. I think we should do it.
You want to do that instead of con?
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
I bet they have a gift shop.
If they're open.
I bet they have a gift shop.
Yeah.
It is Sunday.
It's Sunday. It might not be
Freaking
open.
museums. People want to go to museums on Sundays, guys. Keep your museums open.
Since 2011, the Bureau of Land Management and University of Oregon's Museum and Natural Cultural History, Archeology Fields, fuck it, eh? Okay, we're just going to say Oregon stuff, have partnered to excavate the Rimrock Draw rock shelter near Riley, Oregon. So, yeah, it's a stone circle. The archaeologists unearthed camel teeth fragments that were initially hidden by volcanic ash from Mount St. Helens eruption roughly 15,000 years ago, according to Black Lives Matter. The research also found an orange. It said, oh, did they separate that? Is that orangutan? What is orange agate scraper?
Orange agate.
But there's no letter here.
Orange.
In my defense.
Maybe they meant orange gate.
Orange gate scraper? I don't know. With bison blood residue. I don't know what that. I don't know. Maybe it's an orange agate. I don't know. Scraper with bison blood residue in 2012 and an additional scraper later in 2015. Experts with Black Lives Matter said natural layering of these. You know, I like this version of Black Lives Matter better.
It's a lot better. Yeah.
Layering of the rock shelter sediments hints that the scrapers date back even further than the volcanic ash and the camel teeth. Uh-oh. Shit's getting older.
Oh my.
After conducting radiocarbon dating analysis in 2018, again this year, researchers reported a newer discovery. The teeth date back to 18,250 years ago. I forgot what the connection was.
That's a long time. Wow.
Rock draw, Oregon enamel, it's a camelops of Hyrsternus. CF. Oh, it says CF. There you go. The identification of 15,000-year-old volcanic ash was a shock. Then Tom's 18,000-year-old dates on the enamel with stone tools and flakes below are even more startling. O'Grady said of the finding. Cooper's Ferry in western Idaho was thought to be the oldest recorded archaeological site in the region, according to Black Lives Matter. The Clovis people, who arrived from Asia and Siberia around 13,500 years ago, have also been considered the first North Americans. That's that Clovis first doctrine bullshit that Graham has poked 1,000 freaking holes in, including, and Randall has too. Black Lives Matter, Oregon, Washington archaeological lead Heather Ulrich. Doesn't sound like somebody from. That does not sound like somebody from BLM.
Heather.
Yeah, come on, Heather. Said the new evidence has been an exciting development in the field, thanks to the partnership with Dr. O'Grady he doesn't sound like BLM either. In the university, new dates push our archaeological knowledge of human occupation in North America even further. Dude, Graham has got to be sitting on top of a pyramid going, I fucking told you so.
I told you so.
Fucking told you so.
Dude. This was this year.
This is this year.
This year.
And they're only going back 18,000 years. So eventually in 10 more years, they'll get to Graham's 56,000 years.
Yeah. They'll catch up.
They'll catch up. And there's like tons of evidence of bones and tools that go way the fuck back.
I don't know why we're so like against accepting this.
It's dogma versus dogma, right? It's we cannot admit there's a flood because that would be admitting that the Christians were right, and like so were the Hindus, so were the Sumerians, so were the Hebrews, well, and the Christians at the same time with that, with the with Buddhists. The over hundreds of flood myths in almost every culture, including Native Americans. Yeah, it's
Maya. Almost every single notable myth or religion had flood stories. Like, come on, give it the time.
Science. Why don't you be science and have your mind open to the possibility that gradualism certainly was around. Nobody's saying that doesn't happen, but like maybe occasionally a rock falls from the sky and fucks us forever for like 1,000 years. Like,
you guys proved that it did happen before.
Yeah.
So
it turned dinosaurs into chickens.
Yeah. Delicious.
Chickens are delicious. We're going to barbecue some tonight.
BBQ chicken.
Barbecue.
Yeah, some pollo asada. That's right. Mario Bullrip's channel, awesome ideas about ancient sites orientation to previous geopoles. Yes. And expanding Earth theory up. Neil Adams was really into that. The late, great Neil Adams, comic book artist, loved the expanding Earth theory, by the way. Would talk your ear about it, off about it. Explains how animals were larger since gravity was less. Gravity less or more oxygen? And don't know. But what we explain the plants, like a lot of the plants were. I mean,
plants are.
How many people have seen a giant sequoia out there in the chat? How many people have seen a giant sequoia? They look prehistoric. They look like straight up like dinosaur trees, like trees that were around during the dinosaurs.
That's in the West Coast, right? Northwest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has to be seen. They are fucking huge.
It's one of those sites you see them if you've never seen them before in real life. It'll like make you go like,
what the
blow
fuck?
your mind.
Yeah.
You need like 10 people to hug it.
Pictures, you see pictures of it and you're like, yeah, that looks like a large tree, but then you're there and it's
does not do it justice. And that's not counting the big redwoods. Like there's redwoods that are fucking huge and giant sequoias are bigger. Yeah. Remember the episode of TNG where some crew members started having strange dreams of some surgical experiments being done on them. Then the whole thing was real. Some extra dimensional aliens opened an extra dimensional rift in the cargo bay.
Yep.
That's Skinwalker to me. I totally agree.
A great example.
That is a great example.
Ooh.
Diego Salazar. Well done, sir. That was a Skinwalker Ranch episode of Star Trek. We didn't even know it at the time. Buddy Rabbit for $5. I can agree with the android. My parents lied to me for years about Santa and the probes. Now I celebrate Kwanzaa and sleep with a butt plug. No.
Well, I got news for you. Kwanzaa was also made up.
Oh no!
Big old made up holiday
by a abuser, a torturer.
Yes,
just look it up. It's
anti-Semite.
Yeah, kind of a bad thing.
Anti-Semite abuser, torturer.
And it didn't come from Africa. It was not actually a story that came from Africa. All made up.
Biggest alien mystery. What are their pronouns? Aberjam UK for $2. That is a big
zip zap
mystery. Zip zap beep bop boop. That's I think that
Gina got it right.
Gina got it right. And she got all that abuse for it. She was just trying to warn us about the aliens. What if the Clovis people isn't a spear tip but a dagger? That would put more credence to the ancient stories of giant natives peoples. Well, I mean, that's the other thing that's forgotten is they found not just a couple, like
a lot
of giant axe heads that are too big for anybody to wield.
Yeah, like lit like this big.
And they're like, well, they're
Yes.
ceremonial, except they look like they've been used. And if it's ceremonial, they'd be nicer. They just would be. And they're massive. Oh, they also found them in the UK too. Josh Kelsey, thank you for the $20. I greatly appreciate it.
Josh.
Chef Nick Nero for $1.99. Watch Paranormal Activity caught on camera on Max. I've seen that. I'll watch it again. Justin Dobbs for $3. The pretty sure aliens are just some demons repackaged.
Hey,
maybe
could be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm open to that idea.
I'm not going to tell you I know. No.
Could be demons, man.
The Old Yorkshire Geek for £2 British. UFOs are an all of above phenomenon. I agree with that. I think why we're trying to like wrap our heads around it, but I think we're seeing a lot of different things.
The word alien, just the meaning of it just means not of this earth. It's alien from here. It doesn't just necessarily mean a little gray man. Could be any of these things.
Accident Seller for 20 Norwegian krona says, Gary, tell Garrett to stop ghosting me on Grindr.
Well, hey, whoever you're talking to on Grindr, that's me. It's not me.
It's named Garrett.
That's Garrett fishing.
That's Garrett with one
T.
He probably still has a man bun too.
Maybe.
Yeah, I would suspect.
It's possible because any person could have one because they're utilitarian and they
or gay.
Could be.
Super gay.
I don't know about super, but it could be.
I think
gay.
they're utilitarian gay. I think they are good for any gay situation.
They're gay adjacent.
Gay Jason.
Decky 69 Zorbu's bonus hole rules for $5.
Oh my god.
Zorbu, how many bonus holes do you have? I mean, it's a private question, but please let us know.
Wow.
Could be 69.
Kelly Kaku Kutin for $2. Why 200,000 years? Maybe because they had paradise. Maybe. I can't remember how far back those the smart monkeys who were burying each other. Well, they're not monkeys, but they look like them. They look like chimpanzees, and they have skulls, and they're much smaller. They're like this big.
I brought it up.
But the fact that they buried their dead, they put tools in their hands, so that means they were sad. Right. So sad, ritualistic.
There's
so
some
what
kind of ritual to it. Yeah.
So what they were saying is, did they believe in God? Did they have some kind of God?
Yeah.
You know, did they believe in an afterlife? You know, it's like, holy shit.
They've been talking about primates developing more like society tendencies and using tools more and having communications. Like it's interesting to kind of see that.
Like more recently or?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean, dolphins and whales
have that kind
smart
of,
pretty smart. And
like,
we can't really.
That's what I was saying. Like, have we just like dumbed down all the other animals around us?
Well, what could happen is they can observe us observing them, and they're like, "Oh, they have tools."
They're like, "How
wonder what we could do something to make things easier."
Because they have found that it's a learned skill. So they'll have like a mother chimpanzee will use a tool, and then other chimpanzees around her will start using tools because they saw her do it. Like, they're going into like a termite mound and pulling stuff out with their fingers, and they see one other one use a stick, and they're like, "Oh wait, we can use sticks. Yo, let's do that." And then just imagining it like slowly developing like we do, and not even necessarily in an evolution way. Like as humans with the same brain, like we talked about, we've evolved technologically, so they could do the same thing.
Sure.
Very interesting to see.
The show is just what you need on a Sunday. Hail from Ireland, says legitimate Gary for 10 Irish pesos. Legitimate. I'm illegitimate. It's true in a way. Kevin Dorr for $5. If you want a movie that goes into building the A-bomb, watch the 89 movie with Newman and Groves and Dwight Schultz Fat Man and the Little Boy. Yeah, Fat Man and the Little Boy is a great movie.
You know, I've not seen that.
Great movie. Kevin Cleary for $5. I live in Oregon. It was a wonderland. Randall was inspired by the Columbian Gorge. Get outside of the woke 15 quarter, and it's basically Middle Earth. Oh, dude, you want to see Rohan? Go to eastern Arizona, like right before you hit Tucson in the springtime. It's fucking looks like Rohan. It's fucking awesome. But no, the Southwest, the West is the best. That's why I stayed in Texas. I mean, it's central, but Southwest rules. I love it.
Yeah, it does.
We drove through Tennessee and South Carolina, and I when we could see the place, it was beautiful, but mostly
it's like horse blinders the entire drive.
There's trees,
just
like
massive trees. You can't see anything.
I couldn't see shit until
I
we
was
got
very
to,
over trees by the time I got there.
Yeah, when we got to North Carolina and we got into the mountains and stuff, that was fucking rad. But yeah, I'm more of a Southwest guy. I like the wide open.
There's better views in the West and better food in the South.
I like vast deserts and weird geological formations, and Chernobyl comedy and wings for $5. Love the show. Can't wait to listen tomorrow at work. Hail. Yeah, it'll be on. Have
a good work day.
It'll be on Spotify. I did get somebody mentioned that you missed a couple of shows on Spotify. Any
that is incorrect, because I checked and they are all up there.
They're up there. Okay, because he donated like $300. He's like, "What does a guy got to do? Who's a guy got to blow to get these on Spotify?" And I'm like,
they're all
"Well,
there.
Not me.
Someone with the man bun.
Guy with the man bun might be the one." It took too long to develop civilization. Their brains were bigger, smarter than us. They knew society would be a train wreck. No one was that dumb. Okay, point taken. They're like, society, not a good idea.
Let's turn around.
And a gate is a type of rock. The E is silent, so it's a got. A got.
I'm still confused about what it is, though.
But thanks for letting me know. Yeah, well, I've been kicked out of 3 high schools. Ajax, appreciate you. Decky 69. Zorbu has as many bonus holes as Zorbu needs.
Oh,
gotcha.
Hey.
Kelkau again. It took so long to develop civilization. Their brains were bigger, smarter than us. Okay, we read that one already. Bubba Doom for $5. G-Man. A wise man once told me, "Spit it out if it ain't yours. No man buns." Okay. Accident Cellar for 50 Norwegian krona. Archaeologists in South Utah have found the remains of ceremonial dildos and huge butt plugs, according to the LGBTQ Land Governance Bureau of Trans Quails.
What? What's a new definition?
Trans quails.
Trans quails.
Philip Butler for $1.99. Thank you, Philip, for the donation. We appreciate you. Didn't say anything, but thank you. Decky 69 says, "Have you thought of switching to Rumble?" They've kind of left these shows alone on YouTube.
Yeah.
As long as they leave them alone, I'm fine. I mean, like we got dinged, but that was for fair use. It wasn't YouTube, but like they're not demonetizing. If they that the whole point was to start it on YouTube and take it to Rumble. If they started demonetizing, now we're going to start pushing the boundaries a little bit and get into some other subjects. I know Adam wants to do that. I want to do that. And if that starts happening, then I'll talk to Rumble and see if we can work out a deal.
Rumble's awesome.
Oh my God. He comes in.
A wild Adam appears.
What?
What's up, guys?
Hi.
Man, I am all out of whack. I'm seriously, I feel like I'm tripping right now.
You're tripping balls.
You okay?
Yeah, I woke up today and I was like, oh man, what a beautiful day. Just kind of this is such a great day. Gary messaged like, hey, can we do the show like really early?
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, that sounds freaking rad. Like, I could do it early, then I the night is open and I'm like, all right, cool. So like I'm mentally preparing for tomorrow. I'm not joking. I thought it was Saturday. My wife is out of town. She left last Tuesday, and I don't know what happened. I was like, all right, cool. So in my head, I just was like, I only have to do I'm just doing nightly streams after, because she's gone. All sense of schedules and everything kind of went out the window. Even like my food schedule, like I don't even know when I'm eating. I'm just kind of like, oh, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get some food. Like I went full bachelor mode as soon as she left.
Right on.
That I don't even know what day it is today, even though it's a Sunday show. I'm not convinced.
What if I told you it's actually next Saturday? Now I got to ask you a question. Does your ass hurt a little bit? You're missing.
Oh my God.
Zorbu got to you.
Zorbu got to you.
Is it Zorbu's fault?
Zorbu's fault.
Man.
Is he here right now? Zorbu's here, isn't he? I sense him.
Oh, well, his ship's right there.
Yeah.
In
right
your by your hand.
You made it right towards the end. Hey, you made it, and that's okay. I took the blame because we changed the time on you.
Okay, I blame you. All right, awesome. It's not my fault. It's not my. Well, I tried blaming my wife, and I don't know if that's.
No, that's not gonna fly, dude.
No one tell her. No one tell her I'm blaming her.
She doesn't watch the show, right?
Okay.
She might be watching. Shit.
Honey, it's actually your fault that you left, that I'm incompetent. That's
there we go.
That
you know what?
That makes Barbie a good argument. That's what it does. So
shit. Did I just prove Barbie correct?
You did.
Oh my
Dang
God.
I will say though, most like female male relationships, the scheduling does go through, the wife.
Absolutely.
They're so good at remembering.
You want to know something funny?
She's the one that cares about that kind of stuff. So
yeah.
Actually, when you responded with, I said, so that's 2 p.m. Eastern time, right? And it's like the show already started when I said that. And you're like, yep, you can still join if you're able to. And I was like, that confused me, right? That was really like threw me sideways. And then I look and my wife texted me at the same time. She said, they pick up garbage tomorrow morning, Monday morning. Could you put the container out? And I was like, holy shit. It snapped together. Like, it's Sunday, you dumbass. Like, fuck. Oh my gosh. That hasn't happened in a while, but it's trippy. Has that ever happened to you? It's trippy, man.
Adam, that's been my month.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting
holy shit.
Gotta look in the computer and go, oh, it's Tuesday.
You guys have been all over the place.
Yeah. And I'm gonna go back to an empty house for like another week, so I'll be right there with you, man.
All right.
White Sands footprints are 22,500 years old. Well, and now that looks like, because they were denying that, so they found they found some new footprints. I think it might be in White Sands. Did I hurt you? Like, shut the fuck up. No. So they found some new footprints. I was telling Garrett about the dinosaur footprints in Texas that I want to see.
Wait. For the record, I just want to say 1T Garrett would have slapped him back on the shoulder.
No, 1T Garrett would have broke his arm. He would have been like, oh, yeah. That's all I was playing 1T.
Oh, okay.
What was that sound I would have made again?
No, not you. It would have been 1T Garrett.
1T Garrett. Okay.
I
think it's low T Garrett is
well, he only has 1T because it's low testosterone.
Okay. Well, right.
Well, I want to see those footprints.
They're like an hour away from me. I got to go see them.
Yeah.
And they were just uncovered a year ago. Well, more. They discovered more because there's less water there now.
Next month, since I'm kind of staying home, I'm going to trek up for a weekend and go to Chaco Canyon. I'm going to drag this guy with me.
Let's do it.
We're going to take my mom, my birth mom, and because she knows about the area, and we'll get some video up there, and maybe we'll run by these footprints if we can. We can go by the Texas ones for sure. And then there's mammoths too. There's mammoths in Lubbock. There's there's like this place we can see.
That's where they get all the oil.
Either mastodons or mammoths. One of the
Is it Lubbock or Lubeck?
It's Lubbock.
It's Lubbock.
Lubeck is where Zorbu is from.
Dude, it's Zorbu's fault, man. I've got lost time.
Yeah. Oh, accident seller.
Yeah, it's not his fault. He has some time blindness. His accident.
Oh,
He really did have some today.
No joke.
It's
No
cultured.
joke.
Yeah, we're oppressing you. Hey, we did a panel, dude, at Comic-Con, and we were
Yeah.
considered a BIPOC panel.
yeah.
What?
The panel is a BIPOC.
They
panel.
labeled the panel I was on as a BIPOC panel.
Oh, that's fantastic. Wow.
I read that.
Congratulations, guys. That's an upgrade,
you.
right? Isn't it?
It's totally, dude.
The first.
Update Adam on difference between universe, dimension, plane. Oh, I got. We'd have to go back to that super chat.
Thank you.
A super
But-
chat. Oh.
So
They were saying earlier that there's difference between like the terms universe, dimension, and plane.
yeah,
What's
We
the
tend to-
difference? So I get the difference between universe and dimension, but
So
what about
so
plane?
think about
Oh, I got
Like
it.
a multiverse? It's like a
Norse
different
mythology.
different.
Norse mythology has planes because there's there's the higher plane, there's the plane that we live on, and there's lower planes. Or I mean, a lot of mythologies have the same thing. Christianity, heaven, earth.
well, yeah. Have you
hell.
ever read
Okay.
Amber?
Which you could
Roger,
I feel like you could still say that those are dimensions.
It's a good book series, by the way.
It's still it
Yeah.
could be a dimension.
I can see that, a different dimension.
I got
But-
the
but
actual
what-
super
when
chat if you want.
Yeah. Let's hear what
I
that's.
like visually in my brain. I understand.
Okay, so dimensions are directions. We're in a universe, and heaven, hell, and DMT space would be planes.
I lost that one.
So dimension would be like the fourth dimension, like
Yeah.
a step back from time, if you can fathom that, right? Because like that's part of our dimension is time.
Yeah.
So if you can travel through
Just have
time
to overlap.
and visualize time, I guess it's hard to fathom, right? Because we're the 2D looking at 3D, trying
Yeah.
to think of what 3D is.
Fathom is a superhero created by Michael Turner. No, I'm just kidding. It's really hard.
Fucking nerd.
Buford T. Justice for $50.
Buford.
Some bitch.
The Y-Files is more than just a summary of possible supernatural and paranormal theories. The episode he did on Mars and his video on crop circles will make you less skeptical. Example, NASA put an orange filter on Mars in photos for those 2 decades. Yeah, I mean, okay.
Well, yes, because they didn't have. They didn't have color.
You're right, Buford, but
photography.
that's
Yeah,
still
for this.
well, no, they put an orange filter on color photos. So I've known this. Like all the
Really?
stuff. Yeah. Listen, I'm not trying to be
Well, they do that with a lot of
all the stuff he goes over. I
Starfields, too.
pretty much know, but I've also been into the subject since I was like 10.
Mm.
All right. So I've read tons of books on it. I think it's really good for other people. And I think it's a really good channel. And most importantly, is entertaining. But like that stuff I knew.
I'm still skeptical on crop circles, bro.
Crop circles, pretty skeptical, especially
They're
since
cool though.
We
They're
talked
freaking cool as hell.
Hugh Newman.
He did a great.
He did a great
seminar on
crop
it.
circle, and he's like, "Yeah, I know most of the people who make them."
Yeah,
So like,
but he still left it open. Like I don't know
He's
where
all
some
there's
of them come
some
from.
that they can't explain, and the people I know can't explain. But I know a lot of people who make them.
Yeah.
So,
But they're freaking
but
fascinating.
no, he had the video of the
one that
orbs.
like the orbs that
The
go over
orbs
and then they like
flying
make-
over the fucking crop circle. So like, I think there's something to it.
Ouch.
Why? Okay, maybe they were started by something else, and humans started copying them.
Oh.
Do we think that? But no, I watched the Y-Files. It's very good, dude gets. I mean,
Thanks, Buford T. Justice.
and we love Buford T. Justice, by the
Dude,
way.
that's a Texas sheriff right there.
Go subscribe to the Y-Files. It's a great channel.
Yeah.
Fucking great channel.
I've seen some fairly convincing looking circles because a lot of these ones, you'll see the tractor lines,
Yeah.
and then it's like right there, and I'm like, oh, you could have just walked right
A lot
to
of the
it.
ones that are really compelling are the timeline.
The timeline. Go on.
I must be hitting a
Wait,
butt.
oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
they were-
Great
Uh,
explanation.
Timeline.
Yeah.
So there's people walking in the air, and then literally 20 minutes, an hour later, there'll be these fully made.
Yeah, and
Those are the compelling ones. But yeah.
he also talks about they've been seen since a thousand years ago.
He went way back.
He went way back. So I think his seminar made me less skeptical about them. But I think he even says that the vast majority of them are made by humans, but not all.
I'm more into crop dusting. Mark.
Oh my gosh. I don't want to Google that.
But you don't know what crop dusting means?
Tell her.
No.
Would you like to explain, Adam?
All right, sure. So, but now we're talking in like the, high school, hilarious walking down the hallway, getting your friends, crop dusting your friends as you walk in front of them.
Well,
Okay.
In prison, it's called drive-by.
A drive-by?
Called a
drive-by cropping?
When you walk by all your friends and you just fart the whole way down. Okay?
Yeah, you know that it's like
Dutch
the lead
oven
man
territory.
up in front. Well, Dutch oven is more of an enclosed
thing. Yeah.
You got to enclose them in the blanket.
Oh my God.
Where this you kind of like hit them because they're behind you and you know that they have to walk in the direction that you're walking and you're like, oh, I got a really bad one. I ate a bunch of eggs for breakfast and they've been cooking.
Oh my God.
And I'm gonna hit them.
Your friends, you Dutch oven your wife.
There it is.
This is a
There it
glimpse
is.
into the lives of men, just so you know.
Have you guys
For the
ever
record,
been crop
anyone can
dusted
be
at a
crop
con?
dusted.
I feel like that's probably happened.
Men are more pro.
I bet these guys have been crop dusted at least 3 times over the past couple days. Wait. But have you guys been crop dusting at all? Huh? Of course.
You know, I'm gonna take. I have to upload the seminars because I bought pretty much everything we watched at Contact.
Yeah, we have all the
DVD.
DVDs.
So I'm gonna
Right.
upload them onto a server. Okay.
Oh.
And
me.
For you and Buford, maybe some people will accidentally get a copy of I'll send you the Hugh Newman one. It's pretty good.
It's really good. Yeah.
It's really good. We need a Plex server. I need to have one of those anyway.
Yeah.
I think I should do one. I'll do one. But I'm not supposed to talk about this publicly on a live stream. It would be very wrong.
Gary wouldn't do one because it took forever to plug his PC in. So
Yeah,
That is true. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm out of PCs. It took me 3 months to plug my PC in.
Shameful.
It's not shameful. You got to understand that room is Tetris. If I unplug one fucking plug, it sets a chain of events. Okay.
the butterfly effect in its own room.
Effect in that room. So it has to be meticulously planned out. Okay. You see my
You don't know the toy avalanche that could happen, man.
The toy
I've been in
avalanche.
that room and it's happened. It just randomly toys will just jump off.
So what you see behind me is half of one of the 6 walls that are completely covered with toys.
6
in that room.
walls?
Yeah.
Yes.
Floor.
Ceiling.
Yes, because there's the 4 walls, right? But then I have an entry. So you walk in the door.
Oh, it was
and it grows out. So there's
and the roof is like this.
So it's actually technically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walls covered in toys.
It's a lot of walls.
It's like a toy dimension.
Walls. It's
It's
a toy
And
dimension.
actually, there's a lot more room there than there used to be.
Hey,
like in San Francisco,
They're some
there was
of my best friends, and I have some of the best conversations with them. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now.
in San Francisco, the room was so small, like you could barely even.
Oh my
get
God.
to the
I remember Jay's video.
overlap.
You did. Well, yes, that was San Diego. That was a huge room. That room
was
was
San Diego.
20 feet long. It was 20
I didn't
feet
go to
long.
that. I didn't go to that.
You didn't? Yeah, that's a fucking huge room. This one is, I think it's like 15, depending on if you go from door
It's
to the
15
wall, it's 20, but it's mostly 15 by 12,
Yeah.
14.
Mm.
It's pretty big.
Yep.
It's supposed to be a guest, like it's a bedroom. It's like with a bathroom and everything.
Ooh.
But Buford T. Justice says, I watched the Y-Files on crop circles. I was skeptical then. I'm not now. The best reenactment for Rendlesham UFO incident, I got to watch that, is Paranormal Witness, episode 20, season 3. Buford, how have I not heard of Paranormal Witness?
Where is it?
Is that the name? Is that the name of one of the episodes?
So it's got 3 seasons minimum.
Damn.
I got to watch this entire show now. Thank you, Buford T. Buford T.
Buford.
There's apparently 5 seasons.
Holy shit. I know what I'm doing. Brian McCann.
What's up, Brian?
Brian
McCann. He's not Brian McCant. He's Brian McCann.
Oh my God.
We really appreciate about him. Beyond Skinwalker Ranch, they travel to other areas. Season 1 is better than current season of Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah, so I've watched more of them, and you're right. It's actually the first 2 episodes are really good. They explore Puckawudgie activity in East Coast swamp areas. They are gnome, hobbit-like, and evil.
Cool.
Well, how dare you talk about comics division like that? He is a friend of mine, okay?
Derogatory.
No, I thanks, man. No, I agree. Like, I wasn't really sure about it when they went to that guy's ranch where all the westerns were shot, and they were explaining all the very similar things to Skinwalker there. Yeah, Skinwalker, I think instead of doing more seasons, more episodes, they should have done less.
Yeah.
And just like it's not the season 2 is probably the best. Well,
Dude,
no, season 1's pretty rocking too.
Season 2 was hype because in season 1 they really hype up the whole like do not dig, you do not dig, and then season 2.
Now you know they're gonna fucking blow up the Mesa, which by the way,
it up, dude.
By the way,
so good.
The Bigelows have already done that.
Yeah, that's true.
What?
But we didn't have cameras and I haven't seen it.
Yeah, in season 2, they talk about there being a demolition on that Mesa.
Yeah.
By the way, Bigelow in the documentary, he said that there's like a Raiders of the Lost Ark type of
the Blue Room. Is that
something like that?
Like warehouse, yeah.
A
Like,
warehouse full of stuff.
One of the accidental truths is
was it Bigelow that said it? I don't remember who did it, but
basically said he talked about both sides of his mouth. So he was asked if he had seen any crash retrieval stuff, and he said something to the effect of, "We didn't bring any here." No, he didn't say no, but we didn't bring it here to our site. That was his answer.
Oh yes.
So, and every time the guys are brought, what if that doctor Gary from Stanford?
Yeah,
that guy's pretty good too. That he was even you could tell he wanted to say stuff and he couldn't. Like that was the best part. He's the one who mentioned, "Oh, you just got an accidental truth out of me."
Yeah.
So there was a citizen who wanted to bring some private citizen or corporation wanted to bring some crash retrieval stuff for them to analyze on a new machine that he invented, basically for something else, right? For something completely different. And then they started scanning the brain waves. So they did. Okay. There's 2 separate studies that this doctor at Stanford did. He did on crash retrieval stuff, which he just stopped talking about basically. And then he's all, well, we also scanned brains of people who were experiencers, and we noticed that the middle of their brain lights up like a fucking Christmas tree.
What?
Yeah.
The basal ganglia.
What?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I want to get my brain scanned and see if that lights up now. Probably.
And this is at the very, neoliberal fucking institution of Stanford. They have a hadron collider there, right? They do. They have it's not as big as CERN.
Or CERN.
They have a tunnel that it's really fucking long. It's not as big as CERN though, but it's big.
There's one in Texas, isn't there?
I think so.
I believe so.
Yeah, fuck Stanford, by the way. Even though one of my wife's cousins went there. Wow. Okay, we got to wrap things up, folks.
Wow.
We got to wrap. Sorry, Adam. We'll get through these.
No, I'm sorry.
No, I'm Adam,
should be sorry.
I'm sorry.
You guys sound so Canadian.
Sorry.
I'm sorry.
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 I didn't hear it.
3 Beer Thunder for $9.99. The real Rohan in northeastern Wyoming and the Dakota Badlands. I agree with that too. But when we were okay, so there's a thing called the Thing in Arizona, right? So you go through New Mexico and you see all these signs going, "The Thing is coming up in 300 miles." See the Thing.
What is it? I've never seen that.
The Thing.
Yeah.
So you get to the Thing and it's just like It used to be something. It used to be some mummified thing, but they got rid of it, and now it's just it's like aliens versus dinosaurs, and it's just your typical American roadside stuff, which is awesome. By the way, you pay $5 and you go see like
walk around for a little
this whole
while.
aliens versus
Stretch your
dinosaur thing.
legs.
Get your I got my black leather cowboy hat there. I mean, it's like just cheesy American goodness, and I fucking love every second of it. But yeah, when we stopped in the country, we're like, holy shit, this looks like Ron. Oh my God, it looked exactly like it. But yeah, there's lots of parts of the American, like Wyoming too. Decky 69, Zorbu has arrived. Hail Zorbu.
Where is Zorbu? He hasn't put he hadn't been in the chat yet. I haven't seen
He's
Zorbu.
searching for the bonus holes, dude. You all need to do an episode on the Grand Canyon and ancient Egyptian artifacts out there, even a connection with giants associated with it. It's cool as hell, even if you're skeptical.
Dude, that sounds great.
Yeah, we'll do that. We could make it a giants weird artifacts found in America, and we can tie that into
out of place artifacts.
The runes that were carved into a rock. I mean, we can, with stuff we actually know, the possible Roman coin, possible Viking coin, I believe. Yeah.
Supposedly there's hieroglyphs in a cave somewhere too in the Grand Canyon.
Yes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Dang.
I don't know if they've been debunked, but supposedly there's hieroglyphs, Egyptian hieroglyphs in Australia too.
Really?
And Sirkin for 5. And like when it comes to debunk, it's like, well, people can debunk the debunk. Agat is pronounced aget. Well, how am I supposed to fucking know? It says AGAT and I'm uneducated. And okay, I'm dumb. How am I supposed to figure that? No, thank you, Ann Sirkin, for 5. She's correcting me. She's nice. It's pronounced aget. X-ray. Show them a picture.
What is it?
Of an agat?
Look at this photograph. Sorry.
Yeah.
X-ray's just like holding up a picture of Zorbu.
And saying very nicely, show the ignorant men a visual aid so they can get it.
I guess is that what you wanted?
I don't know. I got to look at it. I'm looking at super chats.
Oh.
Okay. So it's a get.
Okay.
A get.
So that's what they found.
Even though it's spelled a gate, it's a get.
Yellow aget.
Yeah.
Is it agate?
Hey, don't start questioning, man.
That's what I've always
How
said.
to pronounce?
If you have a man bun, you're an agate.
Man, bro, why bun's always on your brain, man.
Agat. Agat.
You think about it all
we
the
better
time.
stop. Oh, no.
Okay.
Way to go, X-Ray Girl.
You're welcome.
Pig Riser for 10 British pounds. Season 1 of True Detective boils down and to an addict and a good old boy fighting an elite pedophile ring that has Lovecraftian scope. I think it was the best TV show of the last 20 years. I could not agree more. Season 1 of True Detective.
Love that show.
I kind of want to watch it again. It's so good because it actually looked like it was going in. It was Lovecraftian in a way, very much so. It never tapped into that supernatural, but it could have been there.
Dude, it could have.
It could have been there. The Yellow King.
I was kind of hoping it would, but it never did. But
and
it's
the bone structures.
It alluded to so much other stuff that I thought that other detectives were going to cover in other seasons. Like that was always going to be the backbone of the series, and they just didn't do it for some reason.
Yeah.
Plus,
I didn't watch season 2.
Me neither. I never watched any of the other ones.
I watched first 2 episodes and went, nah. But I own season 1. Like, it's that good.
It is, actually. Yeah. I've only seen it once. I should watch it again.
Construction going on outside.
Agate is harder than steel.
Just like me.
And can be razor sharp and is a beautiful stone. Can be found near rivers. Sam B for $5.
Thanks, Sam.
I think I've got some of those in my backyard, to be honest with you. Odin 79 Streamlabs for $3. I feel you, Adam. I feel you, Adam. Had a long week.
Sorbu? Is that you?
No. Hi, it's Sorbu. Just lay back and enjoy it, Adam. There's nothing you can do. We spent last night wondering if there was going to be a show. Didn't realize till now. I got up this morning. Yeah, well, we just put it on the community section this morning.
And on Twitter.
I honestly didn't know there was going to be a show this morning until I got home last night after Oppenheimer. Curtis Hart.
No.
That's sad.
Yeah.
It's Critical Drinker's tweet, I think, is a great assessment of it. So is mine, but I'll Critical Drinker smarter than me. So his tweet is like it's well acted, but it's really sterile and it's very Nolan.
Yeah.
Very Nolan is turning into a caricature of himself.
Very
Too Nolan from the sounds of it.
Yeah. It's not like it's not like it's Ant-Man or Thor Love
it's
and
not
Thunder.
Horrible. It's just not the greatest movie I've ever seen. If it was like in a linear fashion,
people going
just
crazy
telling a
like
normal story would be what
Barbie blasting a hole in the get woke go broke argument. It's like Thor Love and Thunder made more fucking money than Barbie in its opening weekend. A lot of shitty movies made more money than Barbie. Like shitty movies make money. Shitty woke fucking movies make money sometimes. Well, I mean, it depends on how much you spend on it, but yeah, please. Barbie. More fun than Oppenheimer.
Yeah.
Like Margot Robbie running around. It's not bad.
That's not bad.
The Mastodon site y'all were talking about is estimated 130,000 years and might not even be modern humans. Might not. It could be Neanderthal. But there's a documentary that just popped on Netflix, Adam, that you got to check out. And
okay.
What was it called again?
It's Bones.
Paranormal Witness. Oh, wait, no, the other one.
Graham Hancock tweeted about it.
Oh, shoot.
It's called Unknown Cave of Bones. And they found a species that's not human. I keep saying hominid, but I don't know if that's right. Basically, like a really smart chimpanzee that's far older.
I think hominid's right.
That buried their dead ritualistically with tools in their hands. They buried their dead. They dug a hole. They put
I heard you.
Yeah, and then they put tools in their hands out of reverence. And it's fucking mind blowing.
Ooh, it's number 8 in Canada right now.
Yeah. I would say like after the show, watch it, dude.
250,000 years ago. Wow.
Yeah.
250,000 years ago. That was the time span.
That is crazy and cool.
So I think
what the fuck?
Yeah, I think that adds to the fact that there absolutely was a civilization before.
Even before we even know now.
Yeah.
Right. And I keep seeing the meme like we went from, it shows a chariot to a horse and buggy. We went from this in like 2,000 years, but then we went from, and then it shows like the advance of the past 100 years. This in 100 years, like, something ain't right.
Something ain't right, boy. I agree. D Diggs for £5 British. What is the one thing in the FF realm we are not talking about? Well, I mean, major government conspiracies, because
is there
we're on YouTube. Yeah, if there's something we're not talking about, like let us hear. I try to cover it all. I'll talk about anything. I'll talk about
what would be forbidden? That the forbidden frontier that we aren't talking
right now
about.
The most, it's okay to talk about this stuff, but if we start questioning things like the government or Pfizer or anything like that, that's the elections, voting.
No, you can question elections now on YouTube.
You can't.
That's allowed.
Well, until next year when the election starts up.
Yeah.
Right.
Ministry of Wrong Thing for $9.99. Look, all I'm saying is I haven't seen any of the parents who sued Alex Jones make any media appearances since the actors went on strike. Coincidence? I think not.
Jeez.
Oh boy. I love Alex Jones. People make mistakes.
Yeah, it happens.
It happens. Like we were talking the Jamie Foxx thing.
Dude,
stop
it.
The guy obviously had a stroke, needed time to recover, didn't want to be a drooling mess. I get that.
Well, and do you think that you look your best, like
after a stroke?
You look red carpet ready after you have serious medical issues that you yourself say you went to hell and back? No, you don't look good. So yeah, you're gonna look a little different.
Yeah,
and if you're on your
and we
camera
could still-
phone in a room, in a hotel room or something, yeah, you're not gonna look
we
the
can
same.
still speculate that it
Dude.
was the jab all day
Dude,
long.
yeah, I think it is. I think
it
it was
too. That's a pretty fucking healthy dude.
Yeah,
That's something I feel like you're risking. We're on YouTube, right?
We're risking the
risk a
toss
little
right
bit.
now.
Okay, I'm just saying. I
just a
have
little bit.
experience with this kind of thing, and that is insinuating something.
I am obviously not a doctor, but I
There you
just
go.
wouldn't put out of the realm of possibility
Yeah.
that he might have taken some medication and had a side effect. Okay.
Everything's additive.
Yep. Stanky poo. Stanky
Just do it. Say it.
$5. Stanky Pussy for $5. Says there will be a point in the near future when Canada will take over the world, and then you will all be sorry.
Hey, you hosers.
We're already sorry we're neighbors with them. I mean, we have people like the X-Ray Girl and Script Doctor,
Perry
Mark the
Chan.
Cyborg, Perry Chan.
Paul
But then-
Chato.
Bunch of losers. No, I'm just kidding.
But then you
They're
send us,
hosers.
people
I meant
like
hosers.
Campia. So what I'll do is I'll
Yeah.
trade you one John Campia for Paul Chato, Script Doctor, X-Ray Girl, and Mark the Cyborg. Okay?
Perry Chan.
And Perry Chan.
And Pear Chan.
No, fuck him.
Canadian?
He's got to stay there. Really inclusive. I hired 2 Canadians.
I don't know if that America could handle Perry Chan, to be honest.
No, America needs more people like Perry
Yeah.
Chan.
We don't deserve Perry Chan, but we need him.
Yeah.
The eye of Zorbu is always upon Adam, says Chris Persia for 2
Oh,
Canadian
which
pesos.
which eye?
Yeah, I want Chris Persia too. Send Chris Persia now.
Ah, Lord Tha.
You can take John Campia back. Andrew Matthews for 5 British pounds. Zorbu's probing only takes 42 seconds. Take that as.
Heyo.
Longer.
That's like
Double
4.
entendre.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the show, folks.
There you go.
We're gonna go back to Comic-Conning, and then I'm gonna go see my mom, and then we're gonna have a cookout. And
We're gonna have the barbecue.
we're gonna have the barbecue tonight.
Chicken on the Barbie.
Yep. No, I might actually
Chicken
barbecue some
on the Barbie?
Yeah, we're gonna
We're gonna put some Barbies on barbecues.
Oh,
Do that.
Barbies on the Barbies.
after we make the actual food. Though.
After we make the actual food.
Just a toxic
Plastic. And,
plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we might live stream tonight. We'll see. But
well, according to Drinker in the video, isn't their shape of their Barbie character is a reflection of like their actual doll in real life or something?
Supposedly, it's
Yeah.
very
In the movie,
convoluted.
I don't know.
Too much, your brain starts to melt.
well, except when you think of Ryan Gosling and one eye is about an inch higher than the other. So
Wait, I've never noticed that.
you haven't noticed
No.
that? Yeah.
That's funny.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to look at
X-Ray's
his
like,
face.
I must look at this guy.
Oh my god, when you Google him, it pops up pink bubbles
Pink bubbles.
God.
Oh, because of
for the
Barbie?
Barbie. Oh my gosh. I feel like it's
you
gonna bother
actually
me
use
from now
Google?
on.
Wow.
Oh, maybe.
Unironically, huh?
hmm
Okay.
Anywho. I think we
None of
lost
the
Gary.
search engines are very good.
Oh, they said we weren't supposed to move furniture. We moved a chair. Do you think they're gonna get
Did they
mad?
tell us not to move furniture? We didn't move anything.
How are you supposed to sit down on a chair if you can't move?
How did they know? Are they someone watching your show? Like the managers down there, like, oh, these motherfuckers.
I don't know.
The table's where it is.
The table
chairs
is,
are where the
is
chairs
not
are.
moved. We are not moving furniture.
We'll
I'm just
pin these
wondering
fuckers for something.
I'm just wondering if they saw some of our past Airbnbs where we moved a lot of furniture.
We put it all back.
Put it back.
Come on.
Yeah, come on.
I'll move shit off camera.
All
You
right.
won't even know.
What you got coming up, Garrett?
Normal World this week. We actually have an interview with Michael. I can't say his last name. It's hard to say. It's like Fazazzi. He's a ex mafia guy.
Oh.
Big guy.
And yeah, he's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be on
That's
Wednesday.
fun.
And Audio Wade, the Wade Stotts is gonna be on the show. One of our old friends. So it's gonna be fun.
Sweet.
Oh yeah, and Bay Staff. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it though. I think I'm gonna be on a plane.
Oh, that's fine.
You should watch it anyways, though.
Yeah, you should watch it.
Go watch Bay Staff.
Absolutely.
Adam, what do you got coming up?
Yeah, Bay Staff. I got Bay Staff every Monday. It's a lot of fun.
That's Monday, which is tomorrow, by the way.
Yeah, which is
Thank
tomorrow.
you.
Just in case you needed to know.
So when the sun goes up and down.
Oh, son.
Yeah.
Don't forget
Yeah. Tuesday, I do Tuesday Titans with Georgia Giant Slayer. We talk politics. It's a little more political than Bay Staff. Bay Staff kind of, it's more like wading through a jungle of life.
Yeah.
You never know what you're going to stumble upon, but it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then I've been streaming Remnant 2. Remnant 2 came out over on Rumble.
Ah, you like it?
Dude, I want to play.
Oh
Play?
my! I played the shit out of the first one, and the second one is not disappointing at all. It's very good. I love. Yeah, I don't want to get into it, but it's very good. If you wanna come watch me, I do 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday, over on my Rumble channel.
Ooh.
It's easy to find the Crigler Show, same as my YouTube. So.
Nice.
Oh, and Wednesdays I do side scrollers. I used to do Monday through Friday, but I've been focusing on some things outside of the internet, which has been very good for my mental health. Not good for my timekeeping, apparently, but I'll get that sorted out. My wife gets back this week, so I miss her.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Beta. No, just kidding.
Actually based.
What do you got coming up, X-Ray Girl?
I'm probably going to play a game tonight. And then tomorrow we're watching and doing a review of Doctor Who episode 5 and 6. I really am just so excited to do one of those because I watched part 1 of a 2-part series last week. And I can't wait to watch this one, which was the alien landing down in London one. So good. The pig was so cute. Anyways, I digress. And that'll be on my channel, 6 p.m. Eastern. And yeah, there's a couple more soups if you want to get those.
The pig was so cute. It was horrifying what they did.
It was so sad that they did to him, but he was so cute when he was just like, ah.
Have you watched Black Mirror?
Yeah. Not the new ones. You're talking about the president.
First episode.
So they genetically engineered a pig to pilot a ship as a false flag in Doctor Who. And then they killed the pig.
It was really sad.
Messed up.
In real life, they killed the pig?
No, in the show, they killed
In
the
the
pig.
show. Yeah.
And the doctor got mad. What are you
Yeah.
doing?
Because he was just scared, which he was.
Walter White Walker for $2 says, Google evolution, go back. We effed up. Great meme. Here, you want to Google that while I read the other one? X-Ray Girl. Paging Dr. Agate. Good rate for $5. Oh no. Metastep for $2. Say hi to Darth Call for me at Comic-Con. We'll do. We'll be down there in about a half.
All right, I got.
He did a video with Darth Call, so go check it out on his channel.
Yeah,
I got it.
Talked about Star Wars.
I knew you were a Star Wars fan, but I didn't know you were like that knowledgeable about Star Wars. Like,
Dude,
you know your Star Wars.
Yeah. I've thrown out a lot of Star Wars knowledge in the past decade since Disney had it, because it's just unfortunately has soured me on the entire kind of thing. But yeah. I was hardcore into Star Wars, all of the EU stuff, all the extra books, video games,
all right,
all that stuff.
We got one more. Zorbu on the Streamlabs side for $50.
Hey,
what's up? Thank you, Zorbu.
What up, Zorbu?
I'm gonna swear this one time for you, Zorbu. What up, Earth bitches?
What's up? Glad you're here.
Everybody's
acting all tough after you took a day from me. All right, I see how it is.
All right, we'll see you next at the normal time, 5:30 p.m. Central Time next week with the Serpent Bros. The Snake Bros.
That's next week. Awesome.
Next week.
Also, new video on the channel.
About 20 minutes. I think I've decided on a title. I'll just tell you what it is, even though I reserve the right to change it last minute. Which is No Sympathy for Woke Hollywood. and industry. It's going to be industry is a disaster or the industry is burning, something to that effect. But
put a button on it.
Put a button on it. A button on it. It'll be out about 20 minutes on the main channel. Go check it out. So thanks, everyone.
Bye.
God damn, Gary. Some serious gourmet. What flavor is this? That's right, it's the all-hell medium roast private blend. Check out the Geek Coffee Nerdrotic page for our other options like the Decadent, Feathers of Liberty, vanilla-infused flavored coffee. Or if you're looking for something darker, try the Dark Roast FNT blend of the Fellowship. You know what? Just buy all three. GeekGrindCoffee.com. Use discount code Nerdrotic.
Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.